Your thoughts thus far on this cheap one, the Outlier here?
Well, that barrel, it's a shooter, and normally I'd go through a break-in process, and that's just the way I roll. But didn't do anything to it. Made sure that everything was tight, and then shot it. And it's not at equilibrium.
Yeah, we didn't build up copper fouling or anything.
No.
Didn't really mess with anything besides, how many rounds did we shoot to kind of establish zero? Just a couple, handful of rounds to kind of...
Yeah, I get most of the rounds that I shot between other rifles too is just getting me tuned up. I didn't really shoot that much out of it. I figured we'd shoot a lot more.
Less than 10, like 5 or 10, yeah. I'm thinking maybe 5 or 6 rounds. Just to get her kind of walked in on target, and we got the scales slipped on that 7 to 25. How you liking that EP5 Gen 2 for this kind of shooting?
Oh, for this,
yeah.
Really good. I have different type of eyes, so I need a lot of different adjustment, and there's a lot of adjustment on it. So that was really cool.
So you were able to get that ocular set up, and you had an injury to your eye, didn't you?
Yep. Yeah, so matter of fact, when I was in, I had to learn how to shoot left-handed for a while till it healed up.
Yeah.
And it's never been quite right since. I detached other stuff. And,
do you want to tell them what happened to your eyeball?
No.
Yeah,
I'm not into war stories, man. It's just, but,
yep.
You think about it, and it's like, for a position rifle, prairie dog hunting, oh yeah, like, and it's soft.
Soft recoil, and
yeah, because it's got a decent sized barrel on it, and I don't know that brake. Like, I've never shot a brake like that one that's on it, and that's the other reason probably why it's so soft shooting, because that brake is. Granted, I don't know how loud it is from your perspective, because most brakes are loud.
It's pretty loud, but it's not terrible.
But
I think it's directing a lot of it kind of. I don't know. I think it looks like it's kind of up in that second baffle, but
very soft shooting. Like I would bet once I would be in position at distance, I might be able to even spot match trace at distance with it. I mean, that's how low.
Because it's barely moving on your end, huh?
Yeah. Once I'm bagged in right, and that Arca Swiss rail that's on it, if you put that on like a tripod, weight of a sandbag or something on it, golly, you could have fun. Getting rid of varmints all day. It'd be a great rifle for that kind of use.
Cool.
The Savage Action is new to me. That specific one.
I think that's the Axis, if I'm not mistaken, right? Kind of rough.
It was rough, and what I've noticed is it started to smooth out the last couple. So
okay.
I think it's just machining with the railways. Like I said, we didn't do any break-in.
Yeah.
Like I'll cycle. Thousands of times in dry fires with a brand new gun before really I didn't even do this one was quick, down and dirty, get to work, and it's working. So
how's the trigger working for you?
It's fine. I don't even know what it's set at. I prefer a heavier trigger, but it's way lighter than what I normally use.
Yep.
But it's not a surprise. It's smooth, so totally doable. Because I've used the Acu trigger on some of the Savages. This one has a different one. I don't know what's in it.
Yeah.
But it's a interesting gun.
Yeah, we had to wrap some gloves around that tail end to get comfortable the way it's set up, right, for your particular shooting style.
Yeah, because I didn't bring the right bag. Of course, I packed all my bag stuff.
Just using an old sock.
I'm literally using rice-filled army socks. It's like that same, 20 plus year ago sniper school technology.
Yep.
And using my smock and an Afghan wool blanket as my, comfort, so I can get behind it, because I'm shooting off a hard deck too.
Yep.
We brought sandbags out so I can load the bipod just like I would, and so it's not really even set up where it is now.
It's not like a true bench rest position at all.
It's not on a lead sled. I'm shooting off the back of an equipment trailer.
Yeah.
Now, granted, we got a stabilizing jack on the equipment trailer, and it's not moving and rocking, but
and you just got back from a little bit of PT there, yeah.
just got adjusted. So it was like, my neck was on fire for the first bit laying down, because I normally in this terrain, really shooting prone isn't what you can do, because a lot of the hunting's in real close. But boy, you go eastern side of Montana or North Dakota, South Dakota, and the plains, you get some long shots, and you can set up if you especially varmint hunting up high and just have a blast, literally. The glass on that Arken is really good.
Surprisingly good for the.
And I'm not a glass snob.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a reticle snob.
Mm-hmm.
I do like the reticle that's in it more than other options. And looking behind, I mean, the Steyer's awesome as far as a feeling gun. Like I knew when I got behind, I was like, I know I can shoot this. Hopefully I can shoot up to the gun and the glass, but I don't really. And maybe it's just because of I had to take my shooting glasses off because I kept fogging up, and I have prescription glasses. My eyes now aren't enough where I can see the difference between the Steiner and the Arken in this lighting. I mean, this lighting condition with overcast, cloudy, and the sun coming up on the wrong spot. I can't tell the difference in these lighting conditions between the glass.
Yeah, didn't the suns pop up on the second or third round?
Yeah, yep. It's the high one.
Yeah, it just literally came right over the trees there.
The clouds opened up and it was like boom, right? It was like you get that left eye bloom, and I was like, it looked like like you turn on an illuminated reticle from China all of a sudden because everything turned red. And it was like, oh. And then it was like, oh. And I was like, I pulled that one.
Cool.
Pull it again. Pull it the right way because it shoots. I mean, it's I don't know. I mean, the price point from what you're telling me sounds like that's, it's giving other stuff a run for money if you want to get something that can, put them in the same hole.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the chassis with the barrel, and I don't know what it is with discounts or whatever when they do those, but like, I think it's in the 500 or 600 with the barrel and the chassis combo, So pretty gosh darn affordable. And then that optic is their Primo line, so that's 500 after they do their discounts on that optic.
I can't believe that optic's that cheap.
Yeah.
Really.
It's actually pretty good, right?
Yeah.
I mean, and just looking at the mechanisms too, like they're put together really well for. I mean, it seems like it feels like a Primo optic when you look at the control group.
I like the fact that the scales are big.
Yep.
I do like, because I'm not familiar with that at all. You're coaching me through some of the stuff with it. And looking at the way the screws are, the stainless steel set screws, they're shiny, but those things hold up so much better than carbon ones. Because rust, temperature, and then now you can't get an Allen key in there.
Yeah.
That was really nice. It looked like a big solid piece of brass.
Yep.
And then a nice solid piece of steel, and I'm like, I like that. It's not, and they weren't so fine that you're afraid they're just going to fall out after 3 turns, because that's something that set screws on turrets that can be an issue too. I'm a big fan of the more mills the merrier. So but like for this type of setting where you can sit and dial.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean.
Cool.
With it, yeah, I mean, it's pretty heavy for offhand shooting.
Yeah.
Right.
I was going to bring the lighter one, but the vehicle was just plumb full. Yeah. But I got that carbon fiber one with the light rear end on there, and that's pretty mobile. So,
like I was telling you before, I mean, in 308, it's one of my favorite calibers. But what would that do in 6.5?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Or 243.
Yeah, it'd be a pussycat.
Yeah, like that would be just like bug hole groups.
Yeah.
And then or 5.56 if you could get one in that. I mean, that would be a great prairie dog gun for me. But there is something satisfying about using a bolt gun and hearing that schwack when it hits a steel. It sounds like a 2x4 when it hits a animal.
Yep. Well, thanks for shooting it for me. I appreciate your help. It's always good to get, and one of the reasons I wanted you to shoot it for me too is you're not biased at all. You don't have any meat in the game on either of these setups. I have relationships with both people, you know, that are, you know, work for both outfits. So for me, you know, I don't want to have that subconscious bias, even though I try to eliminate it.
I was looking at all the components here.
Yep.
The only thing that's these two systems that I have is a Harris bipod.
Okay.
Everything else, I don't have any of it. I don't have any Arken scopes.
So you haven't even purchased any of that stuff, yeah?
I have the Arken Zulus or night vision digital.
Yep.
After your recommendation, which is pretty cool. Like for the farm, it's awesome.
Yep.
For lots of applications, but I don't, you know, I bought it with my own money. But their actual, you know, optics, I don't have any of them. I don't have any Steiners that used to, you know, use their binos in the military.
Yep.
Have never owned a Steyr rifle even.
Oh, really? Yep.
I've shot them.
They're built real nice, but they've got a lot of stuff on them to try to memorize if you're not used to it, for sure.
You know, at first the safety bolt lockout, I was like, but after shooting it a little bit, I figured that out. So because it's a push forward, that's something that's different on the axis. I think if that's the axis action, it didn't have the safety button's really big. That's different. I mean, the Steyr's awesome, but it's heavy, you know, and two completely different applications. Rifles, in a lot of regards, but both position rifles. But if you're just trying to get into the game, you know, why not, you know, get the shooter up with a cheap system, and then you figure out what you want.
Yep.
Because I mean, the Steiner's got awesome glass.
Oh yeah, it's primo, very nice setup.
It costs more than the equipment trailer here. Right? I mean, you know, that's just the fact. You know, it's like we don't have all the stuff. If you can get nice stuff, get it. You know, buy once, cry once. Having a bolt action with a dust cover is a really good idea for a sniper rifle. For lots of reasons. I don't know how this stuff. Like I said, I hadn't even shot it, messed with it, whatever, until today. The bipod's different.
Yep.
It's a heavy 308 position rifle, but it you know, the stock folds like an FNFAL. It has that rear support that's adjustable. I've seen those and shot those on the Desert Techs or like a big heavy 50. A lot of people don't like them. I do like them when you're sitting there for a long time.
Sure.
You know, so you're not trying to hold the gun up. But you can, and that's, I think, the design of that stock on the, what's the name of it?
Outlier.
Outlier.
Yep.
I think that round tubular sight is for a different type of bag, not a sand sock. So you can take the loop on the bag.
Yeah, we're not using the appropriate kind of bag probably for the bag.
It's funny because I have them. I just packed my sniper bag away a couple days ago. And it was like back in a container, and I'm like, I don't even know where it is.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, thanks again for the help on this thing.
Most welcome.